What's up, everybody? We're live from the Hive. This is probably going to be my favorite race report I've ever done. So, got to thank everyone that had a part of me being able to do this tonight. We are talking about the 2020 On3 Florida Three-Wheel MX National Championship that just happened at Dade City Motocross on February the 29th. What can I say about Dade City Motocross? To me, it doesn't get any better than that. Some may not understand my commitment to Dade City, but it goes deep. Let me just put it that way. Thank you, DCMX, for running a flawless show. We didn't have any issues whatsoever. EMS was outstanding. Flagging was perfect. Scoring was excellent. Everything was just flawless. Thank you, Dade City Motocross. Sponsors. I don't have my sponsor list. It's not going to be fair if I run through some of the sponsors and don't have all the sponsors. What I did was, we'll thank On3, our title sponsor, Tibbetts Incorporated. They sponsored the Ironman. Top contributors were Chad Gaffney. He helped a tremendous amount with this event. Larry Thompson, ATC Bidding Wars page, contributed a lot of the gifts that we gave away. Rob Wicks, Wicked Metal Designs, outstanding. Favorite prizes by far. I'm trying to get everybody to post their hardware and their prizes and the things they won, but it's probably going to take a few days to put that kind of stuff together. A lot of these guys are just now getting home. Right now it's Tuesday evening. So anyway, thank you to all of our sponsors. You want to see who our sponsors were, go to the Florida ATC National Facebook page and click announcements. I've removed all the other announcements except for only a couple that I feel were important, and have the pages and advertisements of all of the sponsors of this year's event, or most of them that I could find, in that section. If you are a sponsor and there's something that I missed in there, let me know. We'll get it in there, because we're going to leave all our sponsors in the announcement section until we start the campaign sponsorship for the 2021 race. All right, man. Let's get right into the race results and what happened on this day. We had an outstanding turnout of 48 bikes and a total of 111 entries, which averages out to 2.3 entries per bike. It's pretty cool to say that across the board, everyone ran 2.5 classes. A lot of guys only ran 1 or 2, and then there was a few select that ran several. And those guys, we'll get into later on how I screwed up the timing, and I apologize for running you into the ground, but man, did they pass the test. These guys, they just absolutely killed it. Thanks for the great numbers. Hopefully we can campaign and look forward to an even better turnout next year. I think the format was excellent. The schedule timing was just off some. So we're going to go right into our race results. We'll start with Kamikaze C Novice class, and we'll do the top 5. Top 5 were the positions awarded across the board for the classes at this race. First place in C class was Shane Hunt. Dwayne Fender, young Dwayne Fender, 14 or so years old. This kid, born into it, and he can really ride, man. Dwayne took second place in a field full of grown men. Congratulations, Dwayne. Sean Furyk out of New York took third place overall in the Yamaha right in front of me. I got fourth overall in the C class, and Tyler Tucker on the Kawasaki, on the red Kawasaki, followed up for 5th place in that class. It was some really great racing, a lot of fun racing in that class with those guys. And we're going to skip that one for a second. Young Guns under 17. We had 3 kids under 17 that showed up to race, and we appreciate the parents bringing them and participating in this, signing the young men up. Dwayne Fender, the young man I just spoke about in the C class, took the overall. He went 1-1 in the Young Guns class. Congratulations again, Dwayne Fender. He also won a couple of really cool prizes that we had for giveaways. So, good job, young man. Second place in the Young Guns under 17 class was Landon Arnold. Great job, Landon, out of West Wellsville, New York. And Colby Wolf on the 77 came in third, also from a different part of New York. What can I say, man? Congratulations, young man. Thanks again, everybody, for traveling. I'll try to hit where everybody's from. I know I missed it in the first one. We'll do our adult class next. Next one up in our age groups. Top 5 in the adult class was Luke Peterson. Luke really killed it. Luke was also the Ironman. Luke Peterson, first place, going 2-1 in the adult class. Behind him for second place, out of McAllis, Cartersville, Pennsylvania. Andy, I'm not sure how to get your last name there, Andy, but Andy was fast. Andy came with a couple of the Trooper dudes, if I'm not mistaken, and man, he was really fast on that 3-wheeler. He got second place with a 4 and 2. Third place was the 249 in the adult class. Zachary Howard out of Pennsylvania, 3 and 4 for third place. Fourth place in that class, Christopher Steiger out of McClenny, Florida, one of my local boys. Good job, Christopher Steiger, on fourth place in the adult class. Fifth place in the adult class, Connor Burrow. Good job, Connor. Connor's another local out of Ocala, Florida. That'd be our top 5 in that class. I got to tell you before I get off of his name, of everybody that I watched, and as impressive as everybody was, I'm kind of bouncing back and forth and watching the scoring and helping announce and doing all these things, and I keep seeing this bike, and it looks like a plain Jane 250R, and it's the 249, and I don't know who's riding it, and I don't see the name or the number on the sheets because my mind's moving too fast to really grasp any of it, and the whole time I'm wondering who in the heck is that, man, because he was fast, truly impressive. I think I was most impressed overall. I said it on Facebook. I'll say it in person. With Zachary Howard on the 249 Honda. He was really, really getting it, man. But congratulations to you guys for top 5 in the adult class. Seniors, 40-plus class. First place, 1 and 1, Jeff Corelli out of Ellington, Florida. Second place, on the 719 out of Wichita, Kansas, Kevin Adcock. Kevin drove 24 hours and got out there and rode hard, man. Kevin was fast at 719. I was really impressed, Kevin. It was great meeting you and great having you there, and what a great performance. Kevin went 2 and 2 for second. Craig Gingrich on the 242 Honda, 40-plus class out of Sarasota, Florida. Craig's one of our regulars. He got third place with a 3 and 5. Philip Thompson out of Levittown, New York, got fourth place with the 5 and 4 on the 71 Honda. And Dwight Jekyll, fifth place in the 40-plus class out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Rallies after a really bad 7th place in Moto 1 because his muffler fell off of his Honda, and he didn't know where the exhaust came apart, and he was scared to hurt it. So he ends up 7th place. Well, he puts the bike back together, and he comes back in Moto 2, and he takes that 200X in a field of 14 bikes in this 40-plus class to 3rd place for a 5th overall. Congratulations and great running, Dwight Jekyll. All the top 5. Jeff Corelli, what can I say, man? I'm so used to seeing the 1 and 1. Congratulations, champ. Good job. That sums up the 40-plus class. Man, let's see what else we got going on here. This is what we'll do, I guess. We're going to talk about the utility non-race platform class. This is something that I don't know has been done in a very long time. I don't know that this whole thing we pulled off has been done in a very long time. It was 3-wheeler only, and man, it was cool. With the adjustments we have to make in the future, I'll take it. I think it was a smash hit, and we're going to take it really over the top next year. Race results for the utility class. This was not any non-race platform 3-wheeler. Now, first place, congratulations overall with the 1 and 1 is Dwight Jekyll on this powerhouse 350cc SX that he shows up on. Congratulations, Dwight. Good running there. Pretty entertaining. Here again, we have Dwight Jekyll leaving Honda parts on the track. But it didn't slow him down. It didn't keep him from sweeping the utility class. Second place in the utility class, Luke Peterson. Luke, 2 and 2 for Luke in the utility class. I forgot what I was going to say. Man, you know, I lost my motor in that thing, and it was really disappointing. On the first gate drop, I was all over Luke all the way till, like, down to the second turn or so, and I started losing that bike right then, and it blew up by the end. But anyway, Luke Peterson, Red Rider, congratulations, second place overall, 2 and 2 in the utility class. And John Sudo, third place in utility. John Sudo, man, you get an A for effort. I tell you what, man, if anybody showed true sportsmanship and keeping a positive attitude through a dark storm of a day, you did it, man. This man ran 6 races. His bike blew up early. He ran 6 events trying for that Ironman, and his bike blew up, and he ran 2 different classes on that hardtail. Hell, I think he ran Gamblers on the hardtail, but What an effort. What a positive attitude. What an asset to what we're doing. Congratulations, John Sudo out of New Jersey for the 3rd place overall in the utility class. I got 4th on the Yamaha. I blew up. And Jason McCarty we've got down here for 5th place. Jason, I don't think you got your trophy. If you see this, contact me. I think I've got that trophy still. That's top 5 in the utility class. Utility class was a lot of fun. Maybe I would really hope that we get more bikes in the utility class next year. It was a really cool thing to do, I think, and I think a lot of guys would enjoy doing it. All right, man, let's do this. Let's talk about the Hot Shot Intermediate class. This is B Intermediate, and what a gate it was. You know, we had a field of 16 on this race, and it was quite a ride. Dylan McCord swept that 1-1. You know, Dylan, I'm gonna go back one here. Dylan was in the adult class in the 2nd set of motos and took a pretty bad crash, so it took him out of that. He ended up 13 out of 16 overall in the adult class because he crashed out really early on the first lap, and he's injured. We hope he heals well. Dylan McCord, however, before that happened, pulled a 1-1 and swept the Hot Shot Intermediate B ability class. Behind him, out of Groveland, Florida, Mark Turan, the Sheriff, 3-2 for 2nd place, man. Congratulations, Sheriff. Great having you there. A lot of people really got a kick out of you, man. You were the life of the party. 3rd place on the 71 Honda, Philip Thompson out of New York again. Congratulations, 3rd place, B class. Craig Gingrich, 4th place on the 242 Honda out of Sarasota, Florida. And behind him, in normal fashion, the 16 Honda, Connor Burrow, Ocala, Florida. Another top 5 for Connor. Congratulations, all the top 5 guys in the Hot Shot B Intermediate class. Now let's talk about the Top Guns here. Top Gun Pro A class, 16 bike field. We had a couple that broke in practice, but what ended up happening here was we had Jacob Hall. Jacob came out there and really put on a hell of a show for everyone. You know, I can't thank Jacob Hall enough for coming down here and participating in this. He went 1-1 in the Top Gun Pro A class. So he actually takes the championship this year out of our ability classes. Red Rider won the Pro or the A class. It used to be Pro and A. When I started putting this together, I didn't really see the point in running both because it was the same set of guys running twice. So I thought, you know what, we're just going to call it the Top Gun class, and who wins that is going to hold the championship. So that, with all my congratulations, goes to Jacob Hall. Luke Peterson takes 2nd place with a 2-2 there. Luke was held that title for the 2 previous seasons. 3rd place in the Top Gun class, Jeff Corelli, our local champion out of Ellington, Florida, with a 3-4. Congratulations, Jeff. The 249 Honda, Zachary Howard, the young man I spoke about out of Pennsylvania, 4th place in the Top Gun class. That's pretty awesome, man, on a 250. You know, that's something that I get a real kick out of, is running a vintage bike and running a 250. And I think that you it was really impressive, man. Good job on 4th place in the Top Gun class. In 5th place, out of Lottie, Florida, David Gadley, one of our locals. Congratulations, Dave. David is one of 2 brothers that we call the Ninjas down here. When they show up, they usually put on a show. So it's great having him. And that sums up the top 5 in the Pro A class. Now we got 2 really cool classes to talk about. We had, we'll start with the Gamblers race. This was our 2nd biggest money race. And what ended up happening there was this was a one and done. You know, they drew for position. We lined them up. We ran some extended laps on the short track. We closed the night with this race, and it was really a smash hit. Jacob Hall took 1st place in the Gamblers class. Luke Peterson 2nd. Jeff Corelli 3rd. Those would be the classes, the positions that actually paid. Behind them, we had Zachary Howard and Carl Wickersham. So congratulations to the top 5 in the Gamblers class. Thank you, everyone, for participating in the Gamblers class. You know, the payout percentage back to the top 3 races was very high on that, and I appreciate the participation there. We had 8 bikes in the Gamblers class. And the last race we're going to talk about that went down, and this was kind of the feature, in my opinion. We started the 2nd set of motos on the shorter track, on the standard track, with this class, and it was a 22 bike field. We had to run heats because that many wouldn't fit on the gate. and a couple guys had to stack up too deep, but what a field we had. And what an unbelievable show they put on those vintage bikes. It definitely was the race of the day. We had $1,000 to win this race. It was the top paying race of the entire event. And it went to Jeff Corelli, the local champ on 68. Congratulations, Jeff Corelli, with a 2-1 win in classic fashion. Right behind him was Jacob Hall with a 1-3 for the vintage class. Third place, Zachary Howard, 4-2 in the vintage class. There he is again. You watch, he keeps showing up. This kid, he's gonna be up there. He's already a contender, but he's coming with it, I guarantee it. Zachary Howard, third place in the vintage class. Fourth place, Carl Wickersham. Great job, Carl Wickersham. Fourth place in vintage. Good job, man. Carl struggled. Carl had some issues with the bike all day. It seemed like he was having a really rough time, and I felt really bad for him. But he managed to pull off fourth place in vintage, which is really cool. Fifth place in the vintage class on 21, Lenny Lewis out of Winter Haven, Florida. Lenny's a legend. He's an OE racer. He was at the Ashtabula thing on his Kawasaki bike from when he was a sponsored racer in 1986, I believe it was. And Lenny's a hell of a guy. So congratulations, top 5 on the vintage class. That really was quite a show, man. So moving on from our race results, we had got to thank all the racers that drove here from all over the place. Maine, we had spectators that flew in from California. Carlos, I know you spent a tremendous amount of money to participate, and then you turned around and volunteered to help. And what can I can't thank you enough. And good guy there. So racers from all over, spectators from all over. I had a guy, I'll throw something personal in here, an old friend of mine that I hadn't seen since 2007. And he decided to bring his wife down here for a weekend and hang out just to see this race. So I got to see an old friend I hadn't seen in many years, a really, really good guy. And he was at the race with us. His name was Brandon, and he and his wife Brittany were there. That was really cool. I hope that some other people experienced some of the same things like that. Oh man, moving on. We did have some injuries. We had one pretty severe injury, but he is on the road to recovery. Everybody needs to wish Mike Kelly well. If you know Mike, he's going to be all right, and he's not down and out about it. He's going to heal up and ride another day. And we had a couple other guys that were hurt, but everybody's all right. We're all going to be okay. I think there was 4 on the injuries list to send the announcements on the page. Reach out to those guys if you know them. They're all going to be fine. Adjustments. We're going to make some adjustments next time. I had never done this before, and I did rush the schedule. I started it too early. I was there for 2 days setting up before, and I was anxious, and my fault. I got it done so fast that the riders were all fatigued. Man, they all had their tongues hanging out and were about to fall over dead. And we didn't get to run under the lights, and that really sucks, because I hate to not deliver. But I have since made some adjustments, and I've decided that what we need to do next year is run this on a timed schedule. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and the venue that we were at was kind of helping try to guide me through it. And they normally run a shitload of classes when we race there on a normal basis, and I mean they're just. One finishes and the next gate drops, and one finishes and the next gate drops. Because I was stuck in the middle of that a little bit, and it was awkward, and I rushed it, and I killed it too early, and I wore out my racers, and I disappointed some people. But I guarantee that I'm already all over this. I've already got a time frame laid out to propose for next year, and as soon as I have that approved, I'll share it with everyone, and I guarantee it's going to meet everyone's approval. Another thing was there wasn't a lot of hanging out and stuff on Saturday night, and I'm not really sure, about that. I unfortunately couldn't organize something afterwards because I had a situation where I couldn't have a babysitter for my dogs, and I had to get back here. I had 3 days in a row with my dogs here for more than 12 hours at a time alone, and I had to come home Saturday night, So I'm gonna figure a way around that next year, and we're gonna party on Saturday night. When we're done racing and we get done with our awards, we'll throw down. All right, we'll all hang out and we'll all camp out Saturday night, and we'll tear it up. And I look forward to it more than I can say. So I'm gonna let it go right there. You know, I didn't mean to sit here and carry on for 22 minutes. I was looking at everything that I had to say and had to talk about, and I thought, how in the world am I gonna make this short? So, I hope that everybody that was there enjoyed it enough and has enough confidence in me to fix the things that need to be fixed. And we see you next year, and you bring some friends, and we really turn this into something even better than we already had. You know, I'm a real stickler to make it work right, and I'm also a real stickler for it to be a three-wheeler only event. And the intention is not for me to make any money off of it. The intention is for this to work right and for this to be here for three-wheelers and people that ride and want to race three-wheelers. That's why we started this whole thing. And I can't say enough about how happy I am that it's evolved to this level, and the Florida ATC Syndicate is now tasked with this responsibility of running this event. It's a pretty big accomplishment, and I'm pretty proud of it. So I'm going to fix the things that needs to be fixed. Thank everyone once again for participating, sponsoring, spectating, and I'm out. We're live from the Hive, from the National Race Report. I'll see you guys next year.